All right, good afternoon, everyone. Thanks so much for joining our H2 2025 feature recap live session. It's very hard to believe that we are already reflecting on 2025 and into a brand new year, but here we are yet again. We had a very exciting and busy second half of last year, and we know that you have also been very busy yourselves and might not always have the time to keep up with the latest and greatest that's going on from OMG. So we wanted to take some time today to kind of pause and walk you through some of those highlights that you may have missed over the latter half of last year, and then also give you a chance to ask our team whatever questions you might have related to those releases, so you can start using and getting the most of what's new from our team. All right, so we're going to break down today's conversation into a few different areas. So first, we'll cover recent investments that we've made into making store building as quick and as easy as possible on our pop-up stores, company stores, and print-on-demand store solutions. We'll also get into some of the new features available to you to help make fulfilling orders as efficient as possible on the back end of things. Then we'll cover the latest and greatest from our newest solutions, presentations, and order management. And then lastly, we'll have a live Q&A session where you will get a chance to ask our team any questions. And then we will try our best to get to everyone. But if we do run out of time or if we get too many questions, we'll be sure to follow up with you after today's session. There should be a question box available to you on your screen. So just click that, type in your question, and we should get it on our end. All right, a few quick housekeeping items before we do get started. This session will be recorded and shared out following today's call. So if you missed anything, or if you have a team member who may be registered and could not make it, we'll make sure they get a copy of this as well. And while we do our best to cover the bigger highlights from the second half of last year, this will not be an exhaustive list of updates of every release or feature enhancement or bug fix that happened last year. So we'll stick to the highlights just to make sure we're hitting on the things that we think you'll care about the most. But you are always welcome to check out our monthly release notes. And those live on our OMG Help Center, which you can go ahead and easily access. And that should give you a pretty exhaustive list of everything that you may have missed, big or small. Cool, so we have a full house on our call today, so I'll let our presenters give a quick intro here, but I'm Lauren Zimmerman. I'm on our product marketing team here at OMG.
And I am Natalie Gilliam. I'm also on the product marketing team with Lauren at OMG.
My name is John Brown. I'm an account executive focused on our presentation and order management solution.
And Ian Morrison. I'm on the product management team here at OMG, focused on the post-sale experience.
Cool. The gang is all here. So let's get into the good stuff. All right, so looking here, I see a combination of familiar faces and some fresher faces on the call today. So I just wanted to do a quick reintroduction of who OMG is and what we do. If you are newer to OMG, welcome. It's great to have you. We are a technology provider for distributors, decorators, team dealers, and suppliers. And we offer a whole suite of tools and solutions for you to discover, sell, and manage orders for branded merch online. So think solutions like online stores, product search, company websites, presentations, order management, everything you need, all from a single platform and a single partner. So hopefully making it very convenient for you. So let's take a closer look at some of those solutions I mentioned and any releases and enhancements that we've made in the latter half of last year. So for our first act, we're going to take a look at the store building side of the house for pop-up stores, company stores, and our print-on-demand store solutions. Awesome. So first up, copy company stores. So if you are familiar with our company store solution, you probably know that these stores typically support those longer-term, more complex programs for your customers. So think company swag, employee recognition and incentives, retail stores, just to name a few. And those are typically, again, pretty complex and run year-round. If you're familiar with company stores, you're likely also familiar with the fact that it could take a decent amount of time to get a store like that built and launched because they are supporting these much more complex programs with heavier requirements, whether that be a large number of products on the storefront, custom design work, maybe more advanced settings or add-ons, and anything else it could take to get a company store up and running. So the great news now is that you can easily copy an existing company store, so duplicating all of those settings and features instead of starting from scratch like you used to have to do before. So this is great because it dramatically cuts the time that it takes during the store building process, so you can get those stores launched fast and efficiently. And then we've also heard from clients that are using this tool that this is actually extremely helpful for taking maybe more of those like high performing successful stores that you may have already launched for a customer before and turning that into a blueprint to run for another customer. So it just makes it super easy to replicate that success without all of the extra work on the back end. So highly recommend checking it out if you are using our company store solution today. And then we also have a pretty thorough Help Center article that you can take a look at. So you have everything you need to get started. Cool, moving along, another update on our company store platform as of September of last year. You now have access to our OneSource supplier product data on company stores. If you're not familiar, OneSource offers the highest quality supplier product data available in the industry today. And that covers thousands of products from hundreds of top suppliers. And that also covers both promotional product and team industries. So pretty extensive. So now you can feel confident that when you are selecting those products to add to your stores, that you are picking products that have been validated by the industry's only 400-point quality check. And that is also promo standards compliant, which is super important. But again, we just want to make sure that you know that you are using and have access to the highest quality data on the market today, and that what you're viewing is accurate. Just make sure that when you are adding products that you filter your search to OneSource by OMG, and then you'll be able to view the product results as well as access things like live inventory data for those OneSource products. OneSource is also available on our pop-up store solution if you're using that as well. So make sure that you are taking advantage of it so you can manage your stores and that supplier inventory data as accurately as possible. Cool. So switching gears to our pop-up store solution. Last year, we rolled out a brand new API, so our pop-up stores API. If you work with other third-party systems to run and manage your business, whether it is accounting software or shop management or anything in between, this makes it much easier to share order data from your OMG pop-up stores with those third-party systems. So with this new API, we've also rolled out new user documentation for it and a very easy to use portal. So that just makes it much easier and more convenient for developers to find exactly what they're looking for much quicker. I will note that we do typically recommend working with a developer to get this API set up unless you have the resources to do so in-house. So if this is something that you would find useful and use in your day-to-day operations, check it out on the integrations tab within the pop-up stores platform. And again, that should only be accessible by owners and accountants. So just make sure you have the right viewing capabilities. All right, chugging right along into print-on-demand stores. We have a good bit of updates from the second half of last year, so make yourself comfortable. Cool, so a quick overview in case maybe you are not as familiar with our print-on-demand solution yet, but this is an integration that we have in place with Stall's Fulfill Engine. So pop-up store users can easily create and launch print-on-demand stores from OMG. I will say this has been an absolute game changer in how our clients are fulfilling orders today. In a nutshell, this connects your OMG online stores with Stall's vetted network of decorators. They have locations across the US, and those decorators will automatically source products, decorate, package, and ship those orders directly to the end consumer once they place an order on your store. So completely hands off for you and completely on demand for the consumer or the shopper. Aside from the obvious, this is also great because this means aside from creating the store, there's zero work or effort on your end, really. Once an order is placed, again, automatically routed into the network and taken care of. And it's also pretty dang fast. So there is a turnaround time on average of 5 days from once an order is placed, which is great because that means that you can start meeting those very high expectations that consumers have for those digital experiences and when they expect to receive something once they've ordered it online. Next great thing, there are no minimums on orders. So that means you can easily fulfill those onesie, twosie orders without all of the added headache that we know typically comes with accommodating those types of low quantity orders. And then last, but certainly not least, this is just another great way to get creative with the types of products and the decoration methods that you are offering to your customers without the upfront inventory costs or ever needing to hold inventory yourself, which is awesome. Again, everything is completely handled by the network of decorators from Fulfill Engine. So strongly recommend testing it out, or at least get the integration set up if you don't today. It's free of charge and totally worth it in my opinion. And there are hundreds of customers, I think, that would also agree with me. Continuing on the topic of print on demand. So we recently launched a beta program for customization on print on demand products. So now you have the ability to customize those print on demand products with fields like names or numbers. For example, maybe you work with a lot of companies and organizations that need the ability for employees to add their name to a uniform or a polo. Or maybe you work with a lot of schools and teams and they need a way to add players' last names and numbers to a shirt or a backpack or whatever it might be. I will say the options are pretty endless with the number and variety of products that Fulfill Engine offers in their catalog today, and they are always adding more. So you can easily add that level of personalization and customization to any apparel and hard good items. So tumblers, hats, blankets. I saw yoga mats in there the other day. There's always new and exciting products popping up that I know I want to get my hands on. So strongly recommend taking a look. But stay tuned. This is still in beta testing with a smaller group of clients today, but this should be available to everyone using OMG print on demand stores within the next month or so. So we'll keep you guys posted on timing, but if you want to join the beta program, I think we'll share some details here in a bit. All right, just a few more enhancements, again, on the print on demand side of things. So we know that there's always ways that we can enhance this integrations for you. So we listened to some of those top requests that came in, and glad to say that we delivered on a few of those top ones in the latter half of last year. So we know that a big pain point on print on demand stores is that there was not a ton of visibility once or if an order failed within Fulfill Engine. So now we have made an update and you will receive an email notification directly to your inbox notifying you of any orders that may have failed within the past 24 hours. So in addition to that email, you can also view the status of orders on the Manage Orders tab by filtering that order status to failed. So kind of two areas that you can view that. But again, overall, just helps an added layer of visibility on the status of orders, and then also prevents things like potential shipping delays for your customers and just kind of giving you that extra sense of confidence when it comes to managing your print-on-demand stores. Last thing for print on demand, so other folks have time to cover their sections, but Fulfill Engine continues to add new suppliers, products, and decoration methods to their database, which has been awesome because it's always changing and there's always more to choose from. So today, I think we're sitting at around 10 major suppliers total in the database right now. And I know that number continues to grow monthly. In Q4 of last year, there were 2 new suppliers that were added, and that was Spoke Custom and Koozie Group. And that has been an awesome addition and just offering a wider range of hard good items into products that you can choose from on your POD stores. In Q4, we also added a brand new decoration method in addition to the variety of methods that are available today, like DTG, DTF, embroidery, engraving, and a lot more. And that method is called Liquid 3D. I'm going to show an example of what that looks like here just in a moment because I think it is super cool. But it's a pretty dang bold and eye-catching decoration method. And we actually recently had a trade show that a few folks attended, and we had hats there that were using the Liquid 3D design on it, and we received a ton of compliments. So highly recommend just having fun with it and getting creative, especially when it comes to print-on-demand stores. Play around with the Fulfill Engine builder in OMG and just see what's out there from trending items and different decoration methods that you can offer to your customers in 2026. Oh, and there is an example of the Liquid 3D on a hat. So pretty awesome.
Also,
All right.
John Brown's got one on himself.
Oh, yep, there you go. You got a live visual. Thanks for modeling, John Brown. Cool. Switching gears to fulfillment and post-sale releases, again, on the pop-up store side of things. So up first, automated work orders. I know that this was a long-awaited release, and we're happy to say that it is out in the wild for you to use today. So if you are an existing OMG client, you may be familiar with our older version of work orders. You may also be familiar with the fact that it was a pretty manual and time-intensive process to get work orders created at store close. The great news is that last year we released a brand new automated version of work orders, which has been an absolute game changer for how you fulfill orders today. So as you can see in kind of that short GIF on the right-hand side of the screen, decoration details are collected while you're actually building the store and adding artwork to your products. From there, those work order setups are automatically created based on what you produce in the image editor. So you can quickly get those work orders set up, created, and then easily export that and pass it off to production teams. So in a nutshell, this just really makes the process of fulfilling orders just drastically faster and much more efficient. And then also just being able to easily hand off those decoration details to your production teams, whether you decorate in-house or you outsource decoration. This is another one we have a very detailed Help Center article on. So if you do have any questions or want more details, strongly recommend starting there with your questions. Continuing on the topic of automated work orders, we've already made a few enhancements since we released this just back in November. So if you've been using our automated work orders feature, you may be familiar with the fact that this was not, there was not an easy way to restore any deleted or archived work order setups. We heard your feedback, so you can now easily recover any of those deleted or archived setups in the new automated work orders page for up to 30 days. And that's without having to recreate any of those work orders setups from scratch. But keep in mind, after those 30 days, the setups are permanently deleted. So make sure to make a note of that. And then one more improvement to work orders. So we recently made some enhancements to how data is aligned between the image editor. So when you're actually creating your product designs and then the actual automated work order setups themselves. So this update just helps us better reflect any changes made after work orders are automatically created. But we'll continue to add any new enhancements or bug fixes in our monthly release notes. So make sure to check it out there. All right, I think this is my last one. I know you guys are sick of listening to me talk. But last but not least, for fulfillment, if you are using Shopworks today, there is a new and enhanced Shopworks API integration available to you. So this means that you can start streamlining order processing from your online stores straight into production, just making it that much easier to manage orders with ease and precision. A few of those benefits of the new API include the ability to sync your OMG orders instantly. So no more annoying manual entry or anything like that. You now have access to very quick and easy order importing. You also now have access to production ready data. So you can automatically bring in those production specs and designs directly in with your orders. And then this also means that you just have better personalization capabilities overall. So individual details like names and numbers are transferred and ready for production. So if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. I think we have a Help Center article on this as well. So you can get any of the details you need to get started. All right, I will take a break and hand it over to the lovely Natalie to walk you through presentations and order management.
Thank you, Lauren. Great job. Who knew that OMG is more than just stores? Hopefully you guys have heard by now that we released presentations and order management in September of last year. Super exciting, really completes the end-to-end tech stack for distributors, decorators, and dealers in the space. It gives you guys another way to make sales, capture bulk orders, and then one place to be able to manage all those orders and complete your back office activities like accounting. So say that you've got a marketing person that you're working with for a company and they need shirts for a trade show and they also want some merch ideas, but they're not ready to do a full-on store. They just need some product ideas. That's where presentations comes in. You can send them, different ideas at different price points. They can sign off on things, and then you can convert those into a quote or an order and send those through the line, and then do all of your back office accounting in one place. You can also capture orders from OMG online stores, so company stores and pop-up stores and redemption stores as well. You can manage all those in one place. You can manually enter orders as well that you might have coming in through email or phone calls or reps. So just really a great platform to be able to see everything in one place, keep your team together, have full visibility into your full process. So we've already been working on adding even more things to presentations and order management. If you want to go to the next slide, Lauren. I'm going to cheat a little bit. This is Q1 2026, but I don't want you guys to miss out on this whenever we do our next webinar recapping the H1 2026 feature enhancements. So we have commissions now. It is in beta. It automatically calculates and tracks sales rep payouts based on the actual gross profit of each invoice. So there's no estimating, no spreadsheets. And because it's built directly into OMG presentations and order management, commissions tie back to the same data you're using to present products, create quotes, invoice customers, and get paid. So you can automatically calculate commissions from your invoice gross profit. You can see those accrue as soon as an invoice is created. You can move commissions to payable once invoices are paid. You can mark those payouts as paid individually or in bulk and get clear visibility into accrued, payable, and paid commissions. I will add that this is only available to current paid subscriptions to presentations and order management. So if you are on a free trial, if you haven't started your free trial yet, it's time to go ahead and decide to start paying for presentations and order management so that you can have access to this. That way all of your reps can have accurate numbers up to date whenever you're doing payouts. So I'll stop talking and hand it over to John Brown to show us what this looks like in real time.
Awesome. I'll start sharing my screen here. So for those of you who haven't seen this new presentations and order management platform yet, here it is. So this is that platform that Natalie was just talking through, where you can, from that ideation stage through quoting out a project, turning those quotes into orders, having the system generate purchase orders for you, sending out invoices and having them be paid for as well. And then, like Natalie was mentioning, now you can also keep track of all of your sales reps' commissions. So the first step is making sure that your sales reps are all listed here in the system for you. Once you add in your sales reps, you can jump into each rep where they'll have a commission area that you have full ability to generate that commission table. So like Natalie mentioned, it's based off of the gross profit of the order, where you're able to set those different thresholds, show the commission percentage that each sales rep receives based off of the gross profit. You're able to generate as many line items as necessary to properly reflect the commissions for each of your reps. So once you have their commission set up properly, the next step is you'll want to make sure that at the order level, the salesperson is that sales rep who is expecting to be receiving commissions. This is where it'll pull that information from for the commission information. When we jump over to accounting, you'll want to make sure that you input those expenses first, all expenses within the order, to properly reflect the true gross profit before generating that invoice. Once you create the invoice, the system will pull all the information directly over from the order. And then as you can see here, commissions are also listed based on the sales rep. A quick note here is that you are always able to edit the commission amount. So for whatever reason, if they need to receive more or less on that order, you would be able to jump in here and make that adjustment as necessary. We'll go ahead and we'll give some extra commission instead of taking any away, and we'll save it. A quick note is that commission is only viewable by those users that are within the accounting or admin permission groups. The third permission group is salesperson, and they would not have the ability to be able to see all of the other commissions in the system. So we'll go ahead, we'll save that invoice. Once you save that invoice, it will generate the accrued commission. So that commission, the record of that commission is going to live in here in the accrued area until that invoice is actually paid for. So if they pay for it in the system via our integration with Stripe, then that would automatically move over from accrued to payable. If they pay you outside of the system via check, cash, a different credit card processor, all you would need to do is jump in here, add in the receivable, and save it. Once that receivable is applied to that invoice, that commission will move from accrued directly over into payable. So then now you'll have a list of all of the commission that you are all set to go ahead and pay out to your sales reps. When you are ready to do so, all you need to do is jump in here and create a payment. Give that payment a name. So we'll go ahead and say it's my February commissions. You can select which of those commissions you want to be associated with this payment. Once again, you have the ability to make any adjustments or changes if necessary. Once you save it, that'll move directly over into this payment list where you'll have record of all of your payments out to your sales reps. It's fairly straightforward, but it is super beneficial and helpful for our current accounts and keeping track of all of their commissions. So if you are interested, I think Natalie will have a slide here in a second for you once I make her the presenter to show you how to potentially sign up for a demo.
Yes, so please scan the QR code that you see on your screen. If you are interested in getting a demo of any of our OMG solutions today, if you know who your current OMG contact is, feel free to reach out to them. If you're not sure, scan this and we'll get you set up with the right person. Again, you need to be a paying presentations and order management customer to be able to access commissions and beta test it. So if you're in a trial period, it's time to make the switch. So I'll leave that up for a few more seconds for you guys to get your phones out and scan or visit that link. Okay, did anybody go to PPAI? A few of us did on this call. It was really great. We love seeing you there, and so many of you were so generous to give us some testimonials to use. So thank you so much for that. I also want to add, me and Lauren's favorite part was the Bissell puppy booth. We went every single day and held the puppies. The one that I'm holding actually got adopted, so I guess I have some special mojo. But really love that. We love seeing you at PPAI, and if you came by our booth and gave us a testimonial, thank you so much. You have no idea how that means, how much that means to us. We'll go ahead and jump into questions.
Okay, thanks guys. So I've been sitting here in the background monitoring the questions that have come in. So we've got a handful to get through in about 15 minutes time for some questions. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. While we're still on the commissions area, we'll just start there. Can you edit commissions at any point in the workflow?
Yes, as John Brown was showing, at any point, accrued, payable, wherever you're at in the workflow of creating commissions, even within the invoice as well, you can edit those commission amounts at any time.
Okay, great. How can I sign up for print-on-demand stores?
I'll take that one. You can find the sign up form in the integrations page of your Order My Gear application, available to owners and special admin. But otherwise, reach out to your Order My Gear contact for direct access to that form. You'll get a Fulfill Engine account created, and then we get them linked up, and you're good to go.
Okay, great. What does the merger with Inktavo mean for my team? Big news there.
Yeah, great question. So we have merged with Inktavo, incredible company, incredible people. Right now, that means no immediate changes, but us merging with them means that we're going to be able to offer more integrated solutions for all of you and give suppliers access to the largest, most diverse customer base as well. So this is really exciting for our entire client base, the industry, and our teams as well.
Okay, great. Will this deck be available to us after the call?
It sure will be. We'll make sure to send an email out to everyone who registered and attended. So again, even if somebody on your team registered and didn't get a chance to make it, they'll get a copy of the webinar.
Okay, great. All right, and going back to print on demand, can you select which vendor does the customization when using a print on demand store?
So good question. It's sort of a yes and no. So if you want to utilize the power of the Fulfill Engine network, which is kind of their group of approved decorators across the country, you don't have the ability to select which particular decorator. However, the caveat to that is if you are working with one of those particular decorators already, or you have a decorator that you really trust and want to continue to work with, and they're willing to use Fulfill Engine's fulfillment software, you can set up some rules, essentially hard code, so that orders flow to a particular decorator.
Okay, excellent. Another print-on-demand question. I am using your print-on-demand stores today. How can I sign up for the customization beta program?
Yep. So we're testing it with a select group of accounts today, but we are happily accepting anyone new that wants to join the beta program. So just reach out to your OMG contact and they will point you in the right direction so we can make sure to get your name and information and add you to the test program.
Okay, more print-on-demand questions. Is there an added cost for signing up for print-on-demand?
Yeah, so there's no added cost. As an Order My Gear customer, you will have access, free setup of a Fulfill Engine account if you fill out that form that was previously mentioned.
Okay, let's go back to presentations and order management. Is presentations and order management connected to OMG stores?
Yes, definitely. So anytime you have an order come through a pop-up company or redemption store, you can see that come through directly into order management so that you're managing all of your orders in one single place.
Okay, and then while we're still there, let's talk about commissions again. Is commissions available for free trials or just paid subscribers?
It's only available to paid subscribers at this point for a limited time. So if you're ready to try out commissions, make sure that you request a demo or convert your free trial to paid. That way you can start using it today.
Okay, is there a list of items and links so our customers can pick what they want on the store? And I believe we're talking about Fulfill Engine there.
Yeah, I did respond to that one in the chat so I could share the link. But also for those listening, you can also access the list of products, including the pricing on those in your Fulfill Engine application, and can even export that to a CSV to kind of use as you will, but that's in the price sheet section of your Fulfill Engine application.
Okay, awesome. And then for the copy stores, is there a custom programming done for the store? If there was custom programming done for the store you are copying, will that programming carry over as well?
Yep. So since that's all done within the design files on company stores, we copy over the template. So it absolutely should be carried over with the copy store functionality.
Okay. Can you select which vendor does the customization when using a print-on-demand store?
No, and right now, currently, it's kind of, as mentioned with that other sort of related question, when the order goes to the network, it's going to be assigned to the nearest decorator that can fulfill all the items on the order, and that'll include the customization part of that decoration.
Okay. Can you view, where do you find POD and decoration methods?
Yep. So I think I responded to that one in the chat. I sent over to our Fulfill Engine landing page, and that clearly outlines all of the available decoration methods on Fulfill Engine today, as well as the suppliers, and then a bunch of other just really helpful information to help you learn more and get started. So we can include a link to that in the follow-up email as well.
Okay, awesome. All right, cool. Well, we have some other questions that we need to answer, and we'll follow up with you guys directly on those. And so we can go ahead and wrap this up for the day and give you a few more minutes back in your time. And so thank you guys so much for joining us. And like we said, we'll follow up with you directly if you've asked a question. And then also this presentation is going to be available on our website. And so be sure to be on the lookout for that. We'll send an email for you guys either later this afternoon or first thing tomorrow morning with those links. Okay, so do you guys have anything else before we finish wrapping up?
Thanks for being here, everybody.
Thanks so much.
All right, thanks guys. Bye.